What's up, athletes? Welcome back. You know, when we're looking at creating transformation, we want to think about sustainability. We want to think about how anything we do, any new habit we apply will become a part of who we are and essentially become something that is sustainable and something that we see ourselves doing long term. Now, I talk a lot about this on my podcast, Fall in Love with Fitness, available on Spotify and on iTunes. But here's what I want to remind you of today. When we are focused on results or on an outcome, what happens when we achieve it? We stop working. So if we're thinking of releasing X number of pounds, the moment we achieve it, we stop working on it. And in fact, we will do whatever it takes to get there. And we're not thinking about how this can become a part of who we are. But when we are thinking about transformation, we're thinking about how we can change our identity, how we can start to incorporate some of these habits into our daily living. And so transformation, athletes, is permanent while results are temporary. And I want you to think about how you can create space for maybe some of these workouts or maybe a morning routine that you can see yourself sustain and help you become the person you are always meant to be. All right, now athletes, today we are doing a 10-minute standing core and leg workout. All you need to follow along today is just a mat. We're working for 10 minutes. We're working for 45 seconds on and 15 seconds off. And this is a wild card workout, so I'll show you your first movement. Then going forward, check this box above to know what's coming up next. All right, let's get into a squat position here. So just don't worry really about the depth of your squat. I want you to just think about driving your knees out and then driving your hips back. So what we want to avoid is having the knees past the toes and putting all the pressure on the knees or lifting up the heels, but instead stay on that posterior chain with me. So we're going to come into that position. No need to go super low if you don't want to. Bring the hands here behind the head. And then you're just going to side bend. And as you side bend, I want you to exhale and then crunch. And so don't try to come out of that straight range of motion, but instead try to stay on that line and try to think that you're rotating around a particular point in space. All right, are you ready? Just your mat in 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right, so let's get into that position. Hands here, exhale, come back to the center. And now really focus on, can I keep that weight in midline? So keep that center of gravity right in the center of the body. And we're thinking about that center of gravity. For men, it's a little bit higher. For women, it's a little bit lower. And so try to just think about maybe somewhere near the heart center. And then just focus on squeezing the sides. Continue to breathe. Don't worry about the legs. I know we're almost done. 10 more seconds. You can do this. Good job. That's it. You got it. 3, 2, 1, and break. All right, now we're going to shake off the legs. We're about to use them again. Coming up now, we're going to squat and bring the knee to the elbow. So we're going to squat, knee to the elbow. Now we're going to just stay on the same side. So squat, knee to elbow. So again, with the squat, we're driving the hips back. We're coming up and bringing the knee to the elbow. And now I always remind you also, if you're following my channel and checking out some of the other videos I have for you here, that I'll suggest you have nearby a chair or a couch, something that will help you create a sit squat. Now, I've used the sit squat so many times while modifying because of an injury or rehabbing through my back surgery. So let's let go of the ego and just think about how we can create transformation. And by doing that really means we want to find a way to continue to show up for ourselves, being kind to ourselves, and giving ourselves a path for success by adding a little bit every day. All right, shake that off. We're gonna switch now to the other side. Get ready. And now athletes, remember, if you're new here, to go ahead and subscribe so we keep training together. Then tag a friend so that you have an accountability partner to train with. All right, here it is. Squat. Good job. That's it. And sometimes you may have less of range of motion on one side as compared to the other side. Don't stress too much about it, and don't worry about really bringing the knee and the elbow to touch if it's not available for you today. Just focus on the breath, focus on the movement. Just be mindful of that squat, that you're driving the hips backwards. Good job. That's it. Continue to breathe. Oxygenate that breath. Nice And in 3, 2, 1, and break. All right, good work here. Now, we're gonna get into a back lunge position. Then we're gonna drive the knee up. So stand up straight, bring the knee back, touch lightly, and then crunch. Now it's gonna require a little bit of balance, but really think about maybe focusing on a spot. And now don't worry about speed. That's it, you got this. Nicely done. All right. So again, a little bit of a crunch here, but watch that back. Never sacrifice the form. I prefer that you slow down right now instead of feeling like you need to go a little bit faster. Nicely done. Doing good, athletes. A few more reps here. 3, 2, 1, and now shake it off. Switch to the other side. Are you feeling the core? If not so much today, you're gonna definitely feel it tomorrow. I'm sometimes a day later when it comes to the abs. Certain muscle groups I feel right away. All right, crunch, and now bring it back. You notice that one side is always a little bit easier than the other side. That's it. And now, I wanna tell you something about building a six-pack, because I have to say, I probably get that question almost every single day. And I'll tell you that I've never once had an intention to have a six-pack. It was never my primary goal, and actually it still is not. But I come from a place of back injury. I was hit by a car when I was 16. I've had back surgery twice. And so 3, 2, 1, and break. All right, good work. We're gonna do now a sprint lunge, and I'm gonna finish my story. So come into a lunge position, get nice and low, and all we're gonna do is sprint. It doesn't look like much, but believe me, it's gonna get spicy fast. All right, good work. So I went through 2 back surgeries. The first time I was just turning 17 actually, and the second time was in 2012. I was putting together my CrossFit gym in Westmount in Montreal, and I injured my back because I was pushing too hard, I was doing too much work, and I was not listening to the cues that my body was giving me. And so to make a very long story short, when I recovered from back surgery, I was just a couple millimeters away from paralysis when I had to have that emergency surgery. My goal was really just to have my body back. And by that I meant 3, 2, 1, break. By that I meant to have the ability to move again, to have the ability to touch my toes again. And after my surgery, we're gonna now switch to the other side. Come nice and low. Get ready in 3, 2, 1, let's go. After my surgery, I had to move in with my mom. I had 2 young kids at the time. They were just 2 and 3 years old. And so my youngest was still potty training, and I just felt so incapable. I couldn't imagine, if it wasn't for my mom, how would I have even taken care of them, let alone take care of myself? And so I just wanna let you know that for me, the goal was always just to show up for me, to be strong, to not have to rely on other people. And because that became an obsession for me, the side effect is the physical body, is the shape that I'm in. And so I want you to think of the same thing. How can you make this a part of your life where it's meaningful, where no matter what, you're always gonna show up for you? All right, break, shake it off. Now, let's get wide. In a sumo position, you're gonna bend down and then come all the way up. So wide sumo position, bend down, and then come all the way up. And as you bend down, I want you to think about contracting your abs like you're doing a massive sit-up. Stay wide, reach up nice and high. And now focus again on that breath, on the body, connect with the core. And the thing about the core is that you don't have to do crunches to activate it. It's always working. And especially when we incorporate upper body and lower body movements that are compounded movements, we will always engage the core. So don't overdo those sit-ups. Just think about compound movements And no matter what, your core will always be engaged. 3, 2, 1, and break. All right, shake it off. Now, get one more time in that lunge position. This time we're gonna rotate with control from side to side, no jerking movements. So come back into that lunge position. Your hands are straight now, stay nice and straight. And now just rotate. And now do your best to keep those hips stable. Okay, that's where the magic is coming in from now. Don't move those hips. Keep them nice and stable. Stay with me. You're feeling your legs, I know, but that's why we're only doing this for 10 minutes. And today we get a 15-second break. It's not a no-stop workout. That's it, stay straight. Continue to breathe with me. You got this, athlete. All right, 15 seconds, come on. We got this, arms up. Think about rotating through that core. Stay nice and strong. That's it. 3, 2, 1, and break. Oh man, those legs. Whew. It's amazing also how we're out of breath, and we said this was gonna be a standing leg and core workout, and I'm out of breath. Where are you at? Comment below, let me know how this is going for you. All right, come on down. You know, I'm so incredibly touched by the comments I get. It really just makes me wanna create more for you, and also gives me a great idea of what you wanna see, so please keep them coming. I know sometimes we're shy, and I get that totally, but really just think about how it could be serving other people, and it could also be serving yourself by just asking what you want to see. And then also, is this easy for you? Is this challenging for you? Are you out of breath like I am? So let's keep the communication going. And remember, I create this content for you based on what you enjoy and what's working for you. All right, let's go. 5 more seconds. Did I distract you? 3, 2, 1. Oh man, badass athletes. Good work, you made it. Remember, you could repeat one more time if you have it in you today, or check out the other workout I have linked for you at the end of this one to complete your training today. Remember, I love to hear from you, so comment below, like this video if it resonated with you, and then remember to subscribe if you're new here so we keep training together. All right, ready? Let's go. Refuel, rehydrate, and let's meet up in the next one. You got this.